Well, we welcome you to Blues Game Day Live. It is a Saturday. It is a home game. And alongside Joe Vitale, I'm Darren Pang. Right here at the Enterprise Center. The Blues are skating behind us. I think it's been well documented. The closed-door meeting, Joe. We've all gone through those kinds of meetings. It's kind of a let's get her together here kind of meeting. And everything's been said. And now we're a couple of days removed from that. What's got to be done tonight?
You know, I think the closed-door meetings, Panger, we've both been in those kind of meetings. And the captain's usually kind of running those. And I think there's a lot of finger pointing, and we've been in these situations where you kind of start looking on the outside. Is it the players? Is it the forwards? Is it the defense? Is it the goaltending? You don't know. Is it the broadcasters? Is it the color people?
Could be the new analyst on the radio side. It could be Vitale.
I don't like that guy. It could be. Yeah. So, but then I think when you really round it up, it's got to be an internalization.
Absolutely.
You have to look on the inside, and every player individually has to look inside and say, what do I bring and how do I bring it to the best of the ability tonight? If everyone can get on that same page, then as a group we can move forward, I think, in a positive direction.
So a lot of things were said. Does that even matter right now?
It doesn't matter.
Not until the boys get on the ice.
It mattered 2 nights ago, but now it's 2 days later. It's been a long waiting period. The tone yesterday in practice, the tone right now, it's a quiet little feeling right now around the room and on the ice, and I think the guys are ready to get after it tonight and hopefully silence some of these issues and hopefully get after it and turn this tide around.
Could we ask for a better game for a rebound game? Now, there's been many moments, it seems, this year for the Blues. They've really been fighting the inconsistencies and putting together a 60-minute game. Maybe the only total 60-minute game was the game in Toronto, which was outstanding. But this is a better team than that.
Yeah.
And so you're on home ice, and you've got the Chicago Blackhawks. The last time Chicago was here on home ice, faced them a lot. They've had the Blues number. Would there be a better opponent for a rebound game than Chicago?
Absolutely not. I mean, you look at the Chicago Blackhawks, and they're in home tonight. They're wearing the Heritage blue.
They are, aren't they? Hang on, let's take a shot of that.
It's going to be.
They got the pants ready down there.
It's going to be a packed house Saturday night in St. Louis. It's a beautiful fall day.
It is.
It's going to be a beautiful fall day, and the Blackhawks came in and they took an OT win from us earlier in the year, and we go to Chicago and they battled back and took another OT win, and so hopefully the Blues come out tonight with a little bit of bite and a little urgency and a little payback, and a great way to turn this tide around. You're right,
Joe. I gave up a lot of goals in my brief career.
No,
there's no question. Giving up a lot of goals on home ice is absolutely the worst feeling in the world. This arena, I think a couple of players, we always use the phrase barn. This barn right here is a beautiful Enterprise Center barn.
It is.
But this has got to be a tougher place to play. It always has been. It's been established around the league. It's a very difficult place to play. But it was difficult, Joe, because, and you played in here, because they defended hard, because they were proud of the front of their net.
Right.
They kept the goals against down. And now, if I'm not mistaken, they've given up the most goals on home ice in the entire NHL.
Yeah. I believe so. I think 28 goals in 5 games.
This is something we're not accustomed to seeing, and they're not accustomed to seeing. They scored 4. That's enough to win a hockey game on home ice.
Yeah, you should. You would think. And this used to be a group, and I remember coming here, and you used to ask any player in this league, what's it like going to St. Louis? And everyone should always be like, oh, God, you have to go back to St. Louis. And you know what that meant? Because
you came back for pasta.
Yeah.
So you were fine.
Besides the pasta, I never wanted to come to St. Louis and see you. But, this was a team that would bore their opponents into surrender. I think of it like a tennis match, right? If you're playing tennis with someone and you're gonna volley it back and forth, I wanted the Blues would always put it right to their opponent, and they would want them to make the mistake. I think we're at the point now where we have a little bit too much excitement at times where we want to make everything happen. That's not Blues hockey. Blues hockey used to be where they're okay if it's a second period and it's a 0-0 game. We're going to bore this team down, and then when they get a little antsy, when they get tired, and then they're going to start taking chances, and that's when the Blues counter. And that's what we haven't seen a lot of this year. A lot of maybe too opportunistic at times, I think. And I think it's fallen back to hurting them. And a lot of turnovers. A lot of turnovers have been, the Achilles for the Blues and have led to a lot of goals against. And the Blackhawks team tonight not getting any easier with Corey Crawford back in the lineup. So this is going to be a tough match tonight.
Yeah, Corey Crawford looks really, really sharp. And Cam Ward's played the 2 games against the Blues and has played well, made the saves at certain moments in the game, but having Corey Crawford in that net solidifies that position. So there's going to be no freebies there, no easy ones there against Corey Crawford. Patrick Kane and the Chicago Blackhawks, they lead the NHL with 30 even strength goals. So it's not like they're getting all their candy on the power play. It's a dangerous team. Joe, listen, the Blues defensively, in the last game, 3-on-2s. Guys getting behind the defenseman. The defenseman and the goalies are taking a lot of blame.
Right.
But you as a forward, isn't some of the onus on the backside pressure and the third man high for the St. Louis Blues? I mean, we're giving up way too many chances on the rush for a very good hockey team.
130%.
130?
130% on that.
I wasn't sure if you can get over 100%.
You did. You just did. I didn't think it was possible, but you did. And I tell you why, because 3-on-2s, you're right. You can look at like what's the goaltending or it's the defenseman. They're not defending well, but listen, this is the greatest hockey league in the world. If you have 3 forwards against 2 defensemen, someone's open.
They're going to make a play.
I'm not great at math, but someone's open if it's a 3-on-2, and they're going to make that play, right? And you look at the back pressure from the forwards at times, maybe a little lackadaisical at times. Yeah, 100%. And then I think the biggest thing that I've seen from up top, I don't know what it's looked like down here, but the turnovers in the neutral zone.
Absolutely.
So we're trying to make that play at the red line or the blue line, and it gets turned over, and we have 3 forwards maybe flat-footed at the offensive blue, and here comes this wave of the opponent coming at us at a 3-on-2, and that's where it seems the Blues are being hurt right now. And Mike Yeo addressed that yesterday when he said we're just far too many turnovers, and that's what's been hurting us.
Yep. So we've got goals that have been given up late in a period, early in a period. The mental part of it, that's just sharpen up. But I think that. Again, we go back to this group. It's a good, solid group of players. If I'm not mistaken, I mean, Jake Allen's on this side of the net. Looks like Jake's going to get the nod. He was pulled in the last game. Really, it's a tough position to be in. I mean, you know, no matter how a goal goes in, there's a certain crescendo of anxiety from the crowd as well. So I think he started games off pretty well, and I think it's important for the players in front of him to get a little bit more robust and really protect the house as much as possible. I'm looking for a good start tonight, big guy.
I would hope so.
Are you ready to roll?
I'm ready. I'm excited. I think this is, every team is going to go through a tough stretch. I mean, Panger, throughout your career and my career, it either happens early or there's some mid-season blues, or there's a March meltdown. You see it in every team, and the Blues are just getting it out of the way right now. And I think this could be a great opportunity with how bad things have gotten to really draw that bow back and really, catapult it forward. And I think it's the group to do it. I think O'Reilly and the leaders, Schwartzy's up and running again. I love the O'Reilly line, and if we can get this D together, and Jakey's going to be on top of it, this could be a good moment to turn this thing around.
Yep, it's going to be a game where everybody's got to be. Pulling on the same rope.
I think that's the expression.
What's another one? All oars have got to be in the water.
That's a really good one.
How about that one?
I've always heard pull the rope, but that's a good one too.
Okay, let's go with that. I'm going to be doing that as well. Pre-game show on KMOX, that 50,000-watt blowtorch led by Chris Kerber and Joe Vitale. That is a 6:30 pre-game show, and same thing on Fox Sports Midwest. Hope you can join us right here from Enterprise Center. It's Heritage Night here on a Saturday night. It's the Blackhawks and your St. Louis Blues. For Joe Vitale, I'm Darren Pang. Have a great day, everybody.